Lawyers and doctors, I feel your pain. I know that every time you go to a party, somebody wants to ask you a quick question about an ailment or a legal hiccup that they're currently having. Well, if you're a startup consultant like me, there's always somebody who wants you to let them know what you think about their new business idea and how to get it up and running. This is one of my major pet peeves, and if you're a service provider, especially one who makes a living based on your knowledge, I'm sure you've been in this uncomfortable position a million times as well. Now, don't get me wrong, I love what I do and I am absolutely happy to talk about it. And I'm even happy to spend a couple of minutes discussing the very basics of what it takes to start a business with you. But that's it, just a few minutes. I charge per hour for my consulting services, so when somebody meets me for the very first time and then they expect me to spend 2 hours giving them advice about exactly how to build their business step by step without so much as offering to buy me a drink, it's a little annoying. The same goes for random people on the internet who write me an email, I want to set up a call to pick my brain. The thing is, most of the time, I don't think these people even realize that what they're doing really isn't okay. So, this week's episode is a two-parter. Firstly, we'll talk about how service providers can handle these situations without feeling douchey or guilty or rude to those who basically want your services for free, but also without getting stuck accidentally working pro bono for a bunch of random strangers. Secondly, we'll talk about how those of you who would like to get some advice should go about approaching service providers without seeming like a cheapskate that just wants to get help without paying for it. Okay, so the first bit of this may not seem like a big deal for some of you, but I've talked with enough people to know that I'm not the only one who often feels awkward or guilty when trying to get out of giving away services for free. You don't want to seem rude or arrogant, like, oh, I'm so sorry, but every minute of my time is worth a lot of money. But you also don't want to leave much room for the conversation to continue on for too long. Here's how I handle it. If the person has contacted me online asking for advice, I reply with the following message and a link. I would love to see if I can help you with X. If you have a specific question, let me know, and I'll do my best to give you a brief answer. If you have lots of questions or want more general advice, you can go ahead and make an appointment with me here with the link and we'll talk. I look forward to learning more about what you're working on. If the person is somebody that I just met at a party or another social event and they want to pick my brain, I usually say something like this while making it clear that I need to continue to mingle. Yeah, definitely. That's super exciting that you're ready to start getting up and running. I would love to help or at least connect you with somebody who can, but this isn't really the most conducive environment to digging into the details though, because we really should be mingling. So the best thing for you probably is to set up an appointment with me. I do all of my scheduling through Pop Expert, so why don't you give me your email and I'll shoot you over the link to get something scheduled. I then usually include a discount code when I reach out and I say something like, it was great meeting you at X event. I'm looking forward to hearing more about what you're working on, and all of my scheduling is through Pop Expert, so go ahead and make an appointment here, and then I give them the link. If the person's somebody that I actually know or I'm friends with, as opposed to somebody that I'm just meeting for the first time or who's cold emailing me, then I'm obviously much less strict, and I probably usually let them get away with quite a bit of free advice. Now, those techniques have worked for me so far, but the first few times you do it, you'll probably still feel a little bit guilty. However, if you don't value your time and your work, nobody else will either. It's important to remind people that this is what you do for a living. You wouldn't expect somebody to work for you for free or give you whatever product they sell for free, so don't feel badly about not being willing to work for them for free. Okay, now on to the next piece of advice. Tips for those of you who are going to approach service providers and basically ask for a favor from a complete stranger. Now, I get it. I work in startups, I know money is tight, and you want to get the best advice that you can without spending the tiny little bit of money that you have to build your business. It's not that I don't understand, but I bet you're not going to give away more than a sample of whatever your business provides for free to random strangers once you're up and running, so please don't expect us to. Also, please recognize that you're asking for a favor, so a little understanding goes a long way. So here are my tips. Firstly, be polite. You'd be amazed at how many emails I get that read like this. I need to know X, send me a guide. Or, how do I do Y? Please advise. Really? Like, no introduction, no niceties, not even a thank you at the end? Let me remind you that I have never met you, you're not a paying customer, and now you're being kind of rude. If that's the email that you send, don't hold your breath waiting for a response with anything valuable in it. Secondly, be specific and thorough. Now remember that I charge for my time, so anything that takes up more of that time makes me less likely to be willing to help you for free. If you have a specific question, give me the backstory and ask the question. If I need to email back and forth with you 5 times before I even know what you're asking for, you're going to have to make an appointment. Thirdly, kiss my ass a little. Okay, I know that sounds terrible, but flattery really does help here. You're asking me to do work for you for free, which kind of implies that you don't value my time. So if you give me a little blurb about why you want my advice, that you know it would be a favor for me to give it to you for free, and why you're not just making an appointment, I am much more likely to respond to you. Remember though that really the only good reason for not just making an appointment is that the question is so specific and short, I can answer quickly and an appointment isn't necessary. Finally, pay attention to detail. My name is Kate. Kate spelled C-A-T-E, like cat with an E at the end. My name is not Kate with a K, it's not Katie, it's not Kathy, it's not Caitlin, nor is it any other variation of this. If you cannot even be bothered to spell my name correctly when you contact me out of nowhere asking for a favor, you can be sure that I can't be bothered to give you free advice that I normally charge for. I'm really looking forward to hearing your thoughts on this one, so please chime in below about how you handle situations like this. If you liked this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up on YouTube and Facebook and sharing it with others who would find it useful. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to get over to the website to sign up for email updates so you don't miss out on any tips or info that will help you plan and launch a successful business.